Yeah, go to Huertas. Huertas is good. You got some really good mariscos there.
All right, guys. Marcos Villegas here in Indio, California at the Boys and Girls Club, and we're doing another live Q&A here at Fight Hub, being joined with the man right here, Joel Diaz. We got Omar Figueroa seated there as well, one of Joel's fighters. Joel, though, before we get to Omar, what's up, man?
How are you?
I haven't seen you in a bit. I know,
Welcome.
right? We had a lot of fun the last time. Lucas is fighting coming up. You know what? I think I should get under the ropes here.
Come on.
Yeah. All right, you guys. There we go. All right. So we're talking about Lucas Matthysse has a fight this weekend against a very tough undefeated Thai guy. 38-0, right?
38-0, 28 knockouts.
How much do you know about the kid, and what kind of a style does he have?
You know, I've been watching some of his videos. He's a tough fighter, man. He's strong, he's tall. He uses his reach and his height to his advantage. He can hit, and he's just a tough kid that he's getting an opportunity to, you know, travel to another country and get an opportunity for a world title. So we're very, very concerned.
Is he on the level, though, of you guys? Like, honestly, like skill-wise, is he on that same level, or do you think he's just not on that level?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Let's put it this way. The first time you met Lucas Matthysse, he got an opportunity to fight away from Argentina, and that's how they met him. You never know. You know, these guys are getting an opportunity. He's from another country, and, you know, he can surprise anybody. I can tell you the same thing. You know, Tim Bradley, when I trained Tim Bradley here, nobody knew him in England until he beat Junior Witter.
Junior Witter, yeah.
And that's what happens. Those are the opportunities that a lot of fighters take advantage of. Kiram, I'm pretty sure this is his first chance at a world title against an elite fighter like Lucas Matthysse, and he's training really, really well to come and not only take the title, but to be known around the world so that people can say, oh, now they know him because he beat Lucas Matthysse.
I see Lucas moving his head a little bit more.
Oh,
Defense
yeah.
is a little bit tighter, so that's an improvement you've been focusing on, right?
We've been focusing on defense, try to avoid getting hit as much as you used to, you know, be smart, countering a little more. You know, if you can block a punch, obviously you see it coming. Execute, you know, execute and have a counter up for it. And that's what we've been working.
Got the first question coming in right now. They want to know what's going on with Felix Diaz.
Felix Diaz has been calling me. He wants to come to camp already. But, you know, right now I'm stuck in a situation that I cannot allow anybody until Lucas leaves. Because it's not, I don't have a place right now in town. It's high season, rents are really expensive, and I have a camp house where I can bring 6 people into my camp house. But right now, Lucas couldn't get a hold of a place at a reasonable price. So it happened that I had nobody in the camp house but Marcelino Lopez, and he's staying at the house. He's taking full control of the house, so he's there until he leaves. Then I can get everybody back.
Camp house, is that a good idea or a bad idea?
It's a good idea.
Because
it's a good idea.
When I think of camp house, I always think of the UFC show where they had everybody in there and they were always causing all sorts of trouble.
It's a different
drinking and eating junk food and all that.
It's a different environment.
Yeah.
It's a different environment. You know, most of the guys that I have in camp, you know, I got rules, you know, and it's close to my house, so I go by and I check it out. Obviously, I'm not gonna know until later. I've run into some issues. Don't get me wrong.
What's the worst? Without naming any names.
What's the worst?
Yeah.
One of the fighters bringing girls in the house.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's not bad, is it?
It's bad when you have disciplined fighters that are getting ready for a fight within a week.
Yeah.
And then is the room next to you, and you know you're bringing girls and you're staying up late at night. It's like, I mean, there's hotels around the corner. I mean, hey, you know, respect the house. One of the rules is this: if you're staying at the camp house, you gotta respect it because there's everybody else there. For example, you have a fighter. If you have a fighter getting ready for a fight, camp house, you could come outside, walk around. If you're in your underwear, you know, because there's nothing but guys there, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And he walks out, and then there's somebody that he doesn't know, or somebody brings another person that's not supposed to be there. Remember, there's property that belongs to other guys. Something disappears, it's not allowed. You gotta respect other people's property, you know. And if somebody comes in and takes something from someone, then who do you blame?
Do you believe in that notion that it takes energy away from you when you do that during camp or the week of the fight, like having sex?
No, it's not. It doesn't take energy from you. You know
So that's like an old myth.
It's like an old myth.
Yeah.
It's just what it is this. it relaxes you.
Yeah.
It's just relaxed. It's just fucking relaxing.
That knocks you out. You go to
A
sleep.
lot of people say, oh, it doesn't take, all it does is relaxes you.
Yeah.
You come to the gym, you relax. That's why when you get hit, boom, you just relax.
But wouldn't that be like, oh, you're relaxed, you're so relaxed that you're on point, because you're like, whoosh, whoosh.
I mean, you have fighters that will do it the day off, and they're always, they're relaxed or on point. But the following day or 2 days later, you still you get lazy. It's like you're so relaxed that you get lazy. You don't get that energy, And that's what happens. But there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, fighters will do it the day of the fight, before the fight.
You heard it? Yeah, you've heard of that? Yeah.
I know fighters that would have sex with their wives the day of the fight, early before the fight, and they perform great. But they won't do it the day before because a day after they will be too relaxed. Mm-hmm. You don't need that. Yeah. You need to be on point.
Okay. In terms of this Matthysse fight, it's a lot at stake because 47 is heating up again. You got Spence as a champ. You got Thurman as a champ.
Yes.
You got Danny fighting Brandon Rios. You also got Terrence Crawford and Jeff Horn. Out of those guys, who do you think would make the most entertaining fight for Lucas?
Danny Garcia.
Danny? Yeah.
Of course. And that's the only fight that Lucas wants.
He always talks about it. Why?
He says because he wasn't happy with the outcome due to the fact that what happened that night, it was just things went wrong and they weren't supposed to. And it's one of those moments where, man, if I do it again, I can change things and the outcome will be different. And he wants the opportunity, for another one.
You feel he beats him now? Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
What's different this time?
Guaranteed. What's different? That you got all the confidence in the world that even if things go wrong in the fight, they're okay. You know how to make them right. Because when things go wrong and you come to your corner and they make you feel like shit is going down, hey, what happens? You go down. You gotta have somebody that can really pump you up, motivate you, and tell you nothing's going wrong, nothing's going on. Hey, you're good. Let's go. Let's finish this. Motivation. It's called motivation and generate energy into your fighter.
You know what surprised me about that fight? Looking at it still now is when his eye got swollen. That was a big factor.
Exactly.
And there was no one really working on it in the corner. And I'm like, how is it that they don't have anyone in the corner?
That's exactly what happens to fighters. And I noticed with Lucas on his last fight with Emmanuel Taylor that once he got cut, I told him, don't worry, anything that happens, I handle it. When he got cut, I saw him go like this and he looked at the blood and I saw him sort of like, oh yeah. And he comes to the corner, I said, hey, nothing's wrong, I got it. He didn't bleed after that. I took care of it. And he was like, okay, this is okay, it's good. And that's what happens. But when fighters get injured or swelling and nobody can control it, then they start feeling like, oh, it's gonna get worse. They're gonna stop the fight. I could lose a fight for this. I worked Perez when he fought Abeco.
Oh, Yanni
Perez.
Yeah.
He had 2 cuts, and in the second round, and he thought that he was in trouble because he had 2 cuts. I said, no, I got it. I'll handle it. From there on, he was okay, but they start freaking out. Oh, the fight's gonna get stopped because of cuts. No, you gotta have the right character to solve that problem in the fight.
Like I mentioned to you, we are live, and we're gonna get to your questions right now. But do us a big favor: follow this guy on his Instagram. What is it at Coach Joel Diaz? Me at Hey, it's Marcos V. I'm gonna scroll now through some of your guys' questions, and let's see here. They're saying that we look drunk. We don't look drunk. Wilder or Joshua?
Wilder, Joshua.
Yeah.
I think it's a great fight in the early rounds. Joshua's gonna Wilder's gonna slap Joshua around for a few rounds.
You think so?
Yeah, but then Joshua's gonna land that straight right and Wilder's gonna go mimis.
Yeah?
I just think Joshua's more composed.
Yeah, that
Wilder's
sure.
wild.
He
comes.
Wild.
Of course. and if you really picture that fight, I think Wilder's gonna come and just swing it like he always does.
Yeah.
And Joshua's gonna, take a couple of hits in early rounds, but then he's gonna let go of that right hand, and when he catch, he's gonna land it. And once it lands, I think it's over.
You don't think Wilder knocks him out because he's susceptible to the 1-2 Anthony is? And that's Wilder's best punch is the 1-2?
Yeah, it is. But like I said, that's my point of view.
Yeah.
Anything can happen.
So you got your money on Joshua?
Yes, I'll put my money on Joshua. I depend on Joshua's right hand.
Yeah.
I mean, once it lands, it's over.
All right. Speaking of, Joshua has a fight with Parker. How do you see that one?
Oh, Joshua's gonna
Yeah,
beat him,
Parker's
no problem.
fast though.
It is, but you can only be so fast when you're, when you're on your own in the ring. But when you got Joshua in there that is big, strong, and he's determined to break you, he'll slow you down.
All right, Sting Crow wants to ask about Omar. When is he fighting next? What's going on?
Omar's
Omar's here
Figueroa?
at the gym right now. Where's Omar? Where's
Oh, he
he?
left.
Omar's right there.
He left.
Look.
He had diarrhea.
Say hello. Oh, there he is right there. Say hi, Omar. We're live. Wait, you have diarrhea or
Oh,
no?
he's right here. Oh, my bad.
He does not
I just wanted you to relax. Wait, I just wanted to relax.
He does not have diarrhea,
I just
guys.
wanted
He's
you to
fine.
relax.
He's normal right now. He's normal. What is he fighting again? Everyone wants to know. Well, you know what? Hey, Omar, get in here.
That's cute.
Get in here. Well, you know what? We'll bring Omar in.
Is he going to take some of my time?
No, you guys
gonna
are sharing
charge
time.
him.
You guys
Okay.
are sharing
Just
time.
because it's Omar.
You're taking my time.
All right, that were Joe and Omar. All right, Omar, people are asking, when are you going to come back? What's going on?
Well, as soon as I have a date, I don't know for sure yet. We're looking at maybe late March or early April.
Against who?
Whoever.
Whoever? What do you think about Mikey saying no to the fight?
Well, I mean, to each their own. I would have liked that fight. I think it's a fight that the fans would have liked to see because of our styles, and would have fit perfectly. Would have made for good action, and it would have been a good Mexican clash if he did. And he's pretty high up there, so I would have liked the challenge of being the underdog again, which I love.
Well, what'd you think of that? Well, first off, that they said no to the fight.
Believe me, I went to church 2 weekends in a row hoping that fight happened.
Yeah?
One of the church burned down.
The church burned down.
No, hey, those are the fights people want to see, and only I know Omar Figueroa. I mean, I know his character, I know his style, and I know how he thinks when he's in that ring. That's why when they said that there's a possibility with Mikey Garcia, I go, please let it happen, because obviously a lot of people, they're high on Mikey Garcia, because of course Mikey Garcia, he's active and he's making noise, he's undefeated and stuff. He's undefeated as well, but you want to see Omar Figueroa. A lot of people say, anybody can beat Omar Figueroa. I even thought about that before I even met him. When they sent me a video of Omar Figueroa back then, I said, I got guys here that can beat Omar Figueroa. But when he got here and I started training, I go, oh shit, I was wrong, But like I said, you have to know the person. Now I know how he is. I would love to have a fighter that is pretty in the ring, has stylistically looks good in the ring, step in the ring with Omar Figueroa, 100% health.
Broner is being rumored out there. Is there any truth to that? Have they contacted you about that?
Well, they mentioned Mikey Garcia and they mentioned Broner, and obviously Mikey Garcia fell through, and so I guess now we're waiting Broner.
So have you signed like contracts and all that? Or
No, they haven't
yet?
sent. Well,
It's just proposed, like, hey,
Yeah.
like we have this fight for you.
Yeah, they told me more or less who, at what weight, more or less at what weight, and more or less when. So that's why I decided to come to California and start training. I was like, it doesn't matter when. I don't want to be surprised, so I'd rather start training with time.
Speaking of that fight, Joel, what do you make of it? I think it's a good fight, and it's a good style for
Which
Omar.
one?
The Broner fight.
It's a good fight.
Yep.
It's a good fight because Broner's gonna come to fight. And that's what we want. We want Broner to come and look for Omar, but it only happens once he gets hit a couple times. I mean, Omar's always had opponents in front of him. They come and they think it's easy, but once they get hit, then they think twice. And I think
Deceiving, man. You have deceiving power.
I think Broner will step into the ring against Omar Figueroa because of his style, thinking, oh, I'm gonna out jab him and move around him. But there's no way. You cannot look pretty against this guy.
Is the Broner fight something that you see similar to the fight that he had with Granados? Because a lot of people thought that Granados won that fight.
No, I see it more closely to Maidana.
Maidana. Okay. So you think that if you fight him, you're going to have like a dominant performance over him?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? Do you see yourself knocking him out, you think?
I see myself stopping him, yeah.
Yeah. What about that? Why do you see yourself stopping him? Is it because he just had trouble with that style, or is it what you have something that he's never seen in the ring before?
Yeah, I think I have nothing against Maidana. I actually love Maidana and his style and the way he fights and everything. And but I just think I'm a lot more refined when it comes to that. I still think Maidana is more one-dimensional than I am, because I can box, I I can do everything. I can do anything in the ring. I just choose to fight the way I fight because nobody's comfortable fighting like that, you know. And that's the way I was raised, training and fighting. So to me, that feels more comfortable than. Plus, it's just boring to me having to jab and run.
You like fighting. You like getting down.
Yeah.
I don't blame you.
He likes to be full of blood. He likes to be in there and
you make it exciting and people
preferably
want
on
to
my
see
own
it.
blood, right?
Yeah. Hey, you're not wearing your jeans.
I know.
Your jeans was. What's up with that?
I had them yesterday.
So all right. So last time I saw Omar, he came in here and he had jeans on and he started working out.
They look like jeans. But
No, I kid you not. I thought you were working out in jeans,
no,
and I
they're
told Hannah, I'm like, does he normally just come in his jeans and like work out? It's
So
like,
bad,
no,
but
they're sweat jeans. And I'm like, what do you mean they're sweat jeans?
The notorious jeans.
Yeah. So no jeans today, shorts.
No,
All right, you're changing it up.
He's ready to work.
He's ready to work. How are you doing weight-wise? People are asking.
Good.
Yep.
Yeah, I have not had problems with the weight. I found this new diet that I've been sticking with, and
It's not the chorro diet though, right?
No.
Like you mentioned.
He's actually. This is one of the camps that he's come
Yeah.
in the lower weight. This is the lowest he's ever come back to camp from other camps.
Perfect.
I can tell you
That's
that.
good.
So it's a good start. See you guys later on, huh?
All right, let's go more to the fan questions. Jamie Chavez has a question for you, Joel. He says, well, what is the your most wanted fight of 2018?
The most wanted fight
For you?
2018?
Yeah, the one that you just can't wait or you want to see the
fantasy
most.
matchup.
Yeah.
I want to see Omar Figueroa and Mikey Garcia.
Yeah? That's
Yeah.
your number one?
Yeah, besides, obviously, if there's a rematch between Canelo and Triple G, because that's going to happen. That's an exciting fight to watch again. But besides that, I mean, we know Terrence Crawford and Earl Spence will be a good fight to watch. That's something I would like to see. But Terrence Crawford, Earl Spence, Omar Figueroa, Mikey Garcia, and Canelo and Triple G.
What about you, Omar?
I honestly don't care.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Do you watch boxing? No. What do you do then?
Bowling.
Bowling? Yeah?
Video games.
Video games? Wait, video games? PS4 Xbox?
Both.
Both? What's your game?
Well, right now it's FIFA.
FIFA? Okay. Never got into FIFA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, FIFA. I never got into Madden or
Yeah.
or 2K. Whatever.
I'm surprised you don't play fighting games.
They get boring after a while.
Yeah?
Yeah, like I mean, I play Call of Duty and stuff, but Battlefield. Now that PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds or whatever the hell, I just started playing that one too. But I left my Xbox here, so I didn't have an Xbox while I was back home. So I resorted to drinking mainly.
You don't want to say that in front of Joel.
No, but he already knows.
He already knows?
No, but drinking water and...
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Kool-Aid
Juice
and
and-
Tampico right here.
See,
Tampico energy.
Don't,
Right
hey,
here.
don't get it
Green
wrong.
teas.
When he said drinking, he's drinking tea,
There,
water,
mate.
pajarete,
Yeah.
mate.
Putting alcohol and everything.
Yeah. We got another question. Since you guys are both familiar with them, Victor Ortiz versus Devin Alexander. Ask Aaron Barrera. Does Ortiz finish the fight?
Answer.
Fuck, coach. I think Ortiz gets outboxed.
Yeah.
Actually, I haven't seen Alexander in a long time, so I don't know. But
You
it should
know
be.
what? It should be an even match
Yeah.
because they've been inactive. You know, they haven't been active enough. I don't remember when was their last. I mean, I think it was Andre Berto's last fight.
As we hear Star Wars in the background. Star Wars song.
And then Alexander.
See,
well,
you got our Master Yoda right here. This Padawan right here.
so we
Oh
don't
my-
know. Honestly, I just think it's an even match. It's an even fight for both of them.
Yeah. In terms of Victor, that last fight, what do you think?
Against Berto?
No. The knockout that he had against Corral.
Corral.
Yeah.
It was a good fight. I mean, it was one of those confidence builder type of fight. I mean, who's Corral? I mean, nobody ever heard of Corral. But at the same time, if you really look at it, Victor Ortiz, when he was with me, he fought Gilberto Sanchez Leon, a guy that used to fight at 126, 130, 135.
He winning every single round, and then all of a sudden it just crumbles.
Yep.
And what causes that, you think? Well, obviously
know.
mentally, right?
Mental fortitude. I
but
think
like,
that is
yeah?
one of the most underrated things in boxing that people don't understand at all and move forward.
What's the one main thing you think, Joel, in terms of seeing if someone's mentally strong? What is it that it gives you a sign right away, like this kid's mentally strong, or not? What are the signs?
When they look ahead.
Yeah.
Always when they look ahead. Like, let me give you, for example, when he came to me, he always had his goals. And that tells you this guy has a good mindset. And he's got the anger. Another kid is Virgil Ortiz. You know, he's looking ahead always. You're always looking ahead. And when you look ahead and they tell you with such confidence, it's like nothing's stopping you. So even when shit in the ring is really tough, you know, they pull through. And there's some fighters that, you know, they don't have the determination. You know, way before the fight, they already show you some weaknesses. I've seen it. I've seen fighters that show you weakness before they even go in a fight. But I've seen fighters that they're already over that fight because they got the strong mindset and with the determination they're gonna do it.
There's a question for you here, Omar. Martin. That's a simple screen name there. Martin wants to know, do you see yourself fighting Terrence Crawford in the future?
I of course.
Yeah.
That's a fight that I would love to see. I mean, to me, the bigger the challenge, the better I'm going to perform, the better I'm going to train, the better I'm going to be as a person. And I think Terrence Crawford right now would be the biggest challenge I could face. And I mean, I wish the fight could happen sooner than later, but you know, it's the business side of boxing takes precedence, and we gotta wait and see when it's my turn.
Would that one be a tough one for you, Joel? Seeing that you're friends with Terrence?
You know, we're not friends. I know him for a while. You know, he was here in camp for 2 camps with me. I mean, it's just one of those fighters that I see, and you know, I appreciate him as a person, as a boxer. I have nothing against him. You know, I admire his career, and like he says, we're friends outside the ring, but in the ring is business. And you know, obviously it's a challenge. When he fought Felix Diaz his last time, you know, he wasn't even fighting in the fight, and then I'm telling Felix, you know, giving him some instructions, and he'll stop and like, hey, you know, he's telling me like, I already know
messing with you?
He's messing with me. But you know, it all comes down to, you know, we known each other for a long time, but you know, when things come down to fighting, we put that aside and we get serious.
Another question was, when is Virgil gonna be on HBO?
Virgil, well, right now we got Virgil fighting next month, February. He's gonna be, I think, the co-main event on ESPN. And we got Virgil coming up. We still got plenty of time with Virgil. He's only 19 years old. He only got 8 fights, so there's plenty of time ahead for Virgil. Right now, we're just taking it slow and letting the promoter take care of it. You know, they only know how to guide them and where to take them.
All right. Keep the questions coming, guys. Eloy Seja wants to know what's going on with Ruslan.
Ruslan, I don't know. You know, I really don't talk to Ruslan much. I see he's still trying to get a good fight, and like he says, if there's something out there that benefits me, I'll come back. If not, you know, I got other things that I can take care of.
You're not a Dragon Ball fan, are you? I keep seeing, people keep telling me to ask you about Dragon Ball, and I'm like, do I know something? Like, do I not know something that?
I never really had a chance to get into TV shows like that, because I was always
training in the gym.
And,
yeah, I figured.
So.
You know, you guys ask some weird questions. You know that, guys? I always thought you guys asked the best questions. You guys are asking weird questions today.
A couple more, because we have to get back to work.
Okay, there we go.
To go to work.
Yes, all right. Diego De La Hoya getting a title fight next.
Diego De La Hoya, I think he's coming back in March. We don't know, but he should be getting a title shot before the end of the year. He's already up there. So you know, his last fight scheduled before the end of the year didn't go through. You know, he had a little bit of issues, you know, on that weight. But you know, I'm not here to let people know what's going on. It's just things happen. You know, he's not gonna be the first or last. You know, some things happen in camp, and it's hard to explain to people what happens. It wasn't his fault. All I can say is this: it wasn't his fault. You know, sometimes your body, you get sick. I mean, people get sick randomly. You don't know when. You know, you can't predict when you're getting sick. And it's hard when you have to rehydrate yourself. And sometimes it's closer to a fight and you just can't make the weight. So, you know, but he's a great fighter, and I'm pretty sure that he'll come back before the end of the year and Golden Boy will give him a title shot.
Didn't that happen to you? Didn't you get sick before?
Yeah, before
it happens a lot. Yeah.
We put our bodies through so much during training camp that, I mean, it's a miracle that we even get to the fight and perform, and we're able to perform the way we perform after putting our bodies through so much. But, you know, that's one of the things that separates the men from the boys is being able, like he said, being mentally strong and being able to overcome all those injuries. Like, shit, I keep bringing up my fight against Ricky Burns. I had a fractured hand. My hand was in a cast shaped like
then so when that Rigondeaux thing happened, that must have driven you nuts then.
Well, I mean, you don't know. You don't judge. You don't whatever. It's just, I mean, you never know. Everyone's different. Like I said, the mental fortitude. And to me, mentally, I was okay. Even though I didn't do any sparring, I didn't do any bag work, I didn't do any mitt work, I didn't do anything. I had my hand in the cast for literally 7 weeks out of the 8 weeks of training camp. Jeez. And so that's why I'm saying, you know, people don't see that kind of stuff. People don't know what it's like. People don't know how much it fucks with you mentally, knowing that you didn't train for a fighter that's a former, you know, 2-3 time world champ. I don't know what the hell, but it's tough. It's not easy. So as a fighter, I feel like I'm no one to judge, even though I do this. So as a fan, I feel like people should just appreciate what we do and just be grateful that we put ourselves through what we do for their entertainment, you know, because it's not easy.
Sometimes a lot of people don't appreciate it when fighters go through so much. That's why you have to come and see what the fighters do. Spend some time at the gym and see what fighters do on a daily basis, so you can say, you know what, I lived it. I lived it along with the fighters, and you appreciate it. There's people that will spend time coming to the gym every day, watching the fighters, and they see on a daily basis what they have to go through. And when things like that happen, they understand because they were there, they saw it. But when they don't, they just tend to judge them by the last thing they heard, you know, and that's not right.
We're gonna go ahead and close this out, guys. Final question for you, Omar. How soon is an announcement for your next fight? What do you feel?
Well, shit, I feel like in the next week or two, hopefully.
Next week or two?
I mean, the sooner I want to know too.
Yeah.
I want to know who the hell I'm fighting.
So you're still like in the dark then about who then?
Yeah, well, I mean, more than likely Broner.
So okay. So about pretty sure he's gonna be Broner.
More than likely, bro. I mean, that's what I've been told. But then again, that's what I was told with Mikey. So we're just waiting. We're just waiting to see who we're fighting, at what weight, where, and when.
So you don't know where, but you know kind of a date.
Late March, early April.
Late March, early April. This man right here, possibly we think against Adrien Broner, a great fight. You think you'll stop him, given your style. So you think it'll be in California and Ohio?
No idea.
No idea? You don't care where it is?
I don't care.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. The ring is still the same size.
All right, Omar. Hey, man, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
No problem.
And he's going to go ahead and train right now, Omar Figueroa. Let them know your social media handle.
Just my name, Omar Figueroa Jr. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, I believe. And then Snapchat, I don't know what it is. But I'm more active on Snapchat just because it's a lot easier for me. I'll put it up on my social media again so you guys can find me. And I'm a lot more into training on Snapchat.
All right, Omar, thank you so much. You can go ahead and give me a follow as well at Hey, it's Marcos V. Omar's going to go ahead and get some work in. Joel Diaz's Twitter is at Coach Joel Diaz, I believe. We're here at the Indio Boys and Girls Club where they're going to go ahead and get a workout in, and we're going to go and show you a little bit of that workout footage. So stay with us to the channel as we'll have that video coming up right now.